Hello everyone. The mountain that you see over my shoulder here is Mount Hood. That is the highest mountain in Oregon. It's about 11,300 feet. I'll put the exact elevation of it on the screen here. In this video, I'm going to climb it. I'm parked at the end of the road here in the National Forest near Mount Hood. The road beyond is all snow, hasn't been plowed or cleared yet. I came up here because I wanted a quiet place to go through my gear and get everything ready for the climb. It's the middle of April. I'll be climbing the mountain solo. I've climbed most of the major volcanoes in the Pacific Northwest. I've climbed Mount Rainier and Mount Adams and Glacier Peak and Mount Shasta. Done all those. All of them but Rainier were solo. And so I'm comfortable doing this mountain solo. It's not something that I recommend, but having read just a ton of trip reports and a ton of information about this route, I feel that the objective hazards are relatively minimal, and I do feel comfortable doing it alone. But you know, you do your own research and you figure it out on your own. The weather has been really good lately. It's been clear for several days, and it will continue to be clear for several days. So I'm in the middle of just a really nice spell of beautiful weather here. Conditions are relatively warm, and in order to minimize rockfall and icefall dangers, I'm going to be climbing it basically in the middle of the night. I'm going to be leaving the parking lot at around midnight tonight, maybe about 1 o'clock. I haven't quite decided yet. But I'm going to be hiking, climbing in the dark. It'll take 5, 6, 7 hours for me to summit, and then I'll just turn right back around and spend a handful of hours hiking back down. So I got all my gear ready and I drove half an hour to Timberline Lodge. This is the start of the climb. This is the base of the mountain. Here is the mountain. This is Mount Hood. What a beautiful, beautiful mountain. And this is the side I'll be climbing it from. I will overlay a picture that I just took of the mountain with the route on it so you can see with the rough route I plan to follow. I think I'm at the wrong parking lot though. This is the parking lot right at, there's a couple of lodges here. I think the climber parking lot, I think I passed it. I think it's over here. Let's go check that out. Okay, yeah, here we are at this other parking lot. Clear as day. Climber's Trail. Right here. I've driven about 20, maybe 25 minutes down the mountain from there, and I'm going to camp here for the night, or at least for a few hours. I'm going to try to get as much sleep as possible, even if it's 2 or 3 hours, you know, that's better than nothing. It's 6:40 now. I think I'm going to wake up at midnight and then drive up there and eat and everything like that, go to the bathroom, and then I think the plan is to be hiking by 1 o'clock. Here's my campsite. It's just a little spur of a dirt road leading off from another dirt road which leads off of the main highway in the area, which is just over here, and I can hear cars pretty well and see them a little bit through the trees. You can see the highway right there. So it's not the quietest spot in the world, not the best spot in the world. And at the start of this little spur road here, there's a gauntlet of trees you have to run through. Good thing my RAV4 is relatively small. If you had a van or something or a bigger truck, you couldn't fit here without scratching up basically the entire top part of your car. But anyway, I'm going to finish up packing and do a little bit more trip planning tonight, and I'm going to try to relax, try to get some sleep, try to go to bed in the next couple of hours here. I'm kind of excited, and so I don't know if I'll be able to sleep much, if at all, tonight. I'll see you guys at midnight or 1 o'clock or whenever I'm ready to start recording again. Good morning, or night. It's 12:18. I slept decently well, actually. I got probably 3 to 4 hours of sleep. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm just eating breakfast now in the front seat. I'm still at my campsite. I've got a McDonald's strawberry and cream pie and the remains of a burrito that I got for kind of a late lunch yesterday, so I'm gonna finish those off and then drive on up to the ski resort and get this party started. All right, I'm at the parking area. Got my boots and gaiters on. Let's grab the backpack and get out of here. Starting exactly at 1 a.m. here. The snow is fairly hard, bordering on icy. I'm guessing that when I come back down this way, it'll be slush in half a day's time. Well, it's been an hour. Not much to report, not much to film. I've gained about 1,600 vertical feet in elevation, which I'm pretty happy about. I wasn't sure quite how fast I'd be able to go, but that's a pretty good clip. Conditions are good. Snow is firm. It's probably 30 degrees. Light wind, maybe 5 to 10 miles an hour. I'm feeling good. Let's keep going. Well, 2 hours in now. I haven't been showing you much because there's not much to show you. It's the middle of the night. It's dark. I can't really see anything apart from a 30-foot radius around me with my headlamp. But conditions are still really good. I'm just going basically straight up the mountain. I'm at 9,248 feet. I've gained about 3,200 feet. I've gone 2.4 miles. Making good time, making good progress. The snow is nice and solid, but not so solid yet that I've felt the need for crampons and an ice axe. It's just good. Things are good. Onward and upward. I'll be able to show more of the mountain on the way down as the sun is coming up, but for now, on the way up, there's just not a whole lot to show you guys. This has been basically my view for the last couple of hours. Well, all of 5 minutes after me saying that I didn't need crampons or an ice axe, it started to get pretty icy. So I donned the crampons. I got my ice axe out. I'm ready to continue on upward. So Mount Hood is a volcano. It's not a super active volcano, but it is still a volcano. And this is one of the volcanic features on the mountain. It's called, I think, the Devil's Kitchen. It's just a big volcanic event. You can see the steam coming out of it. I'm climbing up to the left of it, up this way. It would be neat to see this in the daylight, to see exactly what it looks like. 3 hours in, gone 4,200 vertical feet. I'm just above the Devil's Kitchen event thing. Well, about 3 hours and 15 minutes into the climb here, I've reached a ridge called the Hog's Back. From here there are two routes to take. One is called the Pearly Gates. It goes up through some gullies in some cliffs up here. The second route drops down over the left. It's called the Old Chute, then goes up over here. This direction is a little more of a detour. This way, the Old Chute, or the Pearly Gates, is more direct, like the summit is up here somewhere. But I've been monitoring conditions online, and because of the warmer weather and then the freezing temperatures at night, the steps up there are pretty icy. People are reporting that they felt more comfortable with an ice tool, like for ice climbing, which is different from an ice axe. I won't get into the details, but basically it's steep ice over this way. Down here, like I said, it's a little bit longer, but the slope is more gentle And from what I understand, it's not straight ice, it's a snow slope. So I'm heading this way to go up the Old Chute. I've hit a dirt ridge here. I'm guessing this is a moraine, which is basically the edge of a glacier. It's earth that's been pushed over or pushed up by a glacier. It's a nice change of pace. Nice to be going up this a little bit. So I'm in the middle of the steeper climbing now. I'm in the Old Chute, climbing my way up. I think I read that this is around 30 to 40 degrees, this slope here. I'm no protractor, but that seems about right. These are some cliffs on the side. But I'm going up this way. And then this is the terrain over to the right here. Panning over to the right. And the camera is about level, so you can get an idea of the slope here. Again, some more cliffs and all that good stuff. Just an incredible place to be. I'm loving this. The climbing is interesting, but not too difficult. I already crossed the Bergschrund, which is the top of the glacier that's over here. The Bergschrund is basically the gap between the top of a glacier and the solid mountain above it. So like you have the mountain here, and then you have the glacier here, and the gap between the two, that's the Bergschrund. And that's basically the main objective hazard for this climb, but I didn't even see it. It was completely filled in, and I kept my eyes peeled for it, so it was pretty trivial. All right, let's make this final push here. I'm not too far from the summit ridge. Then once I get on top of the ridge, it's a traverse over to the true summit. Well, I made it up the Old Chute to the top of the ridge here. This is the summit ridge. This is not the direction of the summit, but this is the ridge. This goes down several hundred or 1,000 feet into nothing. The summit is this way. This is the direction of the summit. Sorry if my words are slurring together. It's cold and windy and my lips are a little bit frozen. Sun is starting to come up though. Awesome. But yeah, from here on out, it's just a traverse along this ridge to the true summit. Well guys, I made it to the top. It's windy. I don't want to spend a lot of time up here because of that. It's probably 20 degrees and windy, so as you can imagine, it's unpleasant. But what an awesome climb. Absolutely amazing. I think this is probably one of my favorite mountains that I've done. It took 4 hours, 18 minutes. Vertical gain was 5,279 feet, just 1 foot away from a vertical mile. The summit is this little rounded knob here. I plunged my ice axe in so you can see the true summit here. And then this is looking off to the surroundings. That wind is just brutal. Probably 20-mile-an-hour winds. So this is the way I came up. The ski resort is down there. This is Portland over here. And if that's Portland, I believe, if this will focus, I believe this mountain is Mount Adams. And then Mount St. Helens, I think, is off to the left of it. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. What a great adventure. What a mountain. Let's get off this thing. Just dropped down from the summit ridge up there. It feels so good to be out of the wind. This side of the mountain is not windy. Let me show you Old Chute with a bit of daylight looking down. I think I just came up down this way somewhere. And I think below that I came up over this way. I'm not going to film any more going down this section, going down the Old Chute. I just want to focus on getting down in one piece. So once I get down below it and below the Bergschrund, then I'll talk to you guys again. Well, it might not look like it, but I'm on less steep ground now. Give you one last look up at the way I came. Basically right in the middle of the image here is the way I went up and came down. This is looking over to my right. Amazing. This is the Hog's Back right here. So that's kind of what I'm aiming toward. I'm going down this way. What I thought was a moraine, I think that might just be a ridge now in daylight. So I'm going to hike back down to there and then back over there some way, somehow. Check this out. Mount Hood's shadow. Just incredible. Well, I've solved the mystery of why there's no snow on this ridge here. It's because it's steaming in multiple places. In case you were wondering, yes, it does smell like rotten eggs up here. That sulfur smell is definitely present. Well, I'm back at the Hog's Back. I crossed from that sulfury ridge up to over here. So now you can get a good view at the two different routes. So this here is the Pearly Gates. This is the Old Chute. So that's what I went up. Right there, ending at that notch. And here is the Pearly Gates version. Steeper, icier. This is the route that most people do, but didn't feel comfortable doing that. I wanted something I felt a bit more comfortable with. And that was the Old Chute. And here is the Devil's Kitchen in the light of day. It also smells terrible. Well, everyone, from here on out, it's pretty standard stuff. Just a snow slope all the way back down to the car, wherever that is, somewhere down here. At some point today, either when I get back to the car or maybe later after I've had something to eat, I'll wrap up this video and give you my overall thoughts and impressions. Until then, I'm gonna just listen to podcasts and trudge my way back down the mountain here. Well, I am exhausted, as I'm sure you can understand. It's been a long day. It's 2:20. I went into town and ran some errands, and I've just been basically pigging out on food in my car. And so I've been taking it easy, and I found this beautiful campsite in the forest here. It's really peaceful, but what a climb. That's probably one of my favorite mountain adventures I've done. I just had a really good time. The first part was kind of a slog, and at the end it was really a slog on my way down. It was just brutal. But once I got up into the interesting parts higher up on the mountain, I had a great time, and I highly recommend it. I do not recommend that you do it solo. I was the only person I saw solo up there today. I was also the first person to make it up to the summit today, and I had it all to myself the entire time I was there. I didn't see anyone else even that close behind me, and I think that's kind of a rarity on Mount Hood. Mount Hood is one of the most climbed, glaciated peaks in the world. It's uncommon, I think, to have the summit all to yourself, so that was a really beautiful and kind of special moment up there. Even though it was freezing and my lips were frozen, my hands were frozen, misery aside, it was a really great time up there. And now that I've climbed Mount Hood, I believe I've done 13 out of the 50 US state height points. Mount Hood was the last difficult one, apart from Denali in Alaska. I mean, that's on a whole new level. But Denali aside, Mount Hood is really the last one I needed to worry about. In the west, I think I just have Colorado, which is just a regular mountain hike. I mean, it's high, it's 14,000 something feet, but it's not difficult. And then New Mexico, which is also just a hike. I haven't done any of the mountains in the east, so I still have a lot of room for adventure over there. But as far as the western states go, which are the most difficult of the state high points, I've done all the hard ones. It's just coasting from here on out. Overall, it was, I believe, about 8.5 hours round trip, car to car. I started right at 1 a.m. on the dot, got back to my car at about 9:30. I'm gonna try to stay awake for another 6 or 7 hours before going to bed so I can sleep a regular night tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know what your favorite part was, and I'll see you in the next one. Be sure to check out Adventure Know-How, my new site, where you can gain access to a map of all of my free campsites, plus monthly bonus videos that you won't find anywhere else. Learn more at adventureknowhow.com. And for links to everything else SUV RVing related, visit suvrving.com. Links to these sites and more will be in the video description.